Which family member are you most like? Who is the best? Fuck cards. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's broken. Oh no. What is this? What? Alright. Alright. Mm. Old Spice moisturizer. Yo, my 3DS with Super Smash Bros. See if it works. Sad. Mm.
Impervious to attack. Dervishes flowing like the wind. Pikemen and halberdiers keeping the enemy at bay. Strength, agility, expertise. Ancient Chinese foot soldiers excelled in all three. They were not alone. Longbowmen, legionaries, catphracts, samurai. Which civilization will you fight for? Rise of Kingdoms. Download.
This episode is brought to you by State of Survival Zombie War, the free-to-play zombie apocalypse survival strategy mobile game. With evil tenacity, Klein established his company, Gigacore, and completed the research of a deadly weapon, which cast dooming catastrophe upon the world. It's 6 months later, and as the survivor of the disaster, you're expected to rebuild your home, fight against the undead enemy, end Klein's conspiracy, and eventually save humankind from the evil darkness that plagues the city. Rebuild civilization by building a fort settlement, train hunters, riders, and infantry units to form it, and keep the hordes of deadly zombies away with a variety of weapons at your disposal. It flies with hidden stories to explore and war. The 1960s. So it's the mid-1960s and you were a Aurora recruit who was just arrived in Vietnam. The country's involved in a bloody and intense civil war. So how do you survive this experience? Well, firstly, the best way to survive the Vietnam War was to simply not be in it in the first place. And the easiest way to do that is Tiananmen Square Massacre, 1989. Tiananmen Square, in the heart of the Chinese capital, Beijing, has been a place of enormous significance in modern Chinese history. For 7 weeks in the spring and early summer of 1989, it was the focus of unparalleled protests by students and workers against the political and economic system, leading to a brutal government crackdown and international condemnation of the communist regime. On April 15, 1989, the spark that ignited the protests was the death of Hu Yaobang, the former chairman and general secretary of the Communist Party of China. Hu was popular among the people of China, as he was seen as being an opponent of corruption and nepotism, and was more democratically minded than many other leading members of the Communist Party of China, being in favor of greater freedom of speech and of the press, a more transparent system, and economic liberalism. His death therefore led to an outpouring of national grief, with small public gatherings arranged as a show of respect and to give people the opportunity to mourn. One of the largest of these gatherings was held at the Monument to the People's Heroes in the center of Tiananmen Square. Students began to join these gatherings in large numbers, seeing them as an opportunity to put pressure on the government to reform aspects of the political and economic system. On April 17th, a group of 500 students marched to the Great Hall of the People to hold a small, informal ceremony of remembrance for Hu Yaobang. Police, fearful that the marchers were intent on causing trouble, dispersed the group. This led to more students joining the gathering in Tiananmen Square, where their leaders produced the list of 7 demands, their suggestions on how China should be reformed. The following day, a group of students tried to take these demands to the Standing Committee of the Communist Party. They were prevented by a hastily formed police presence and left, frustrated at the lack of an official response. The students tried again, organizing a sit-in outside of the official government residence. Police used batons on the protesters, and when news of the violence filtered back to the students in Tiananmen Square, furious anger erupted. The next day, 100,000 students marched to the square, gathering there before it could be closed off for the funeral of Hu Yaobang, which was due to be held the next day. The students requested to meet Premier Li Peng, but received no response.